Hi, this is Georgie, and welcome to Ukraine Matters channel update. I want to start by saying thanks to everyone who's watching the videos, liking, subscribing, sharing to everyone else. I am experiencing unprecedented viewership count. Everything is unprecedented viewership count for me because most of you that's been watching me for some couple of months now know that I've basically started this channel as just a way of delivering my thoughts to other people that were just needing an explanation what's happening in Ukraine. And now people are watching it and commenting, and especially for the comments, I want to say thanks again. That those are very, very helpful, and I read every single one of them. What I want to say a little bit more about the channel, let me open some of my notes just so I remember what to talk about. Well, I already said thanks to all of you. The great improvements for the channel, I think that's going to be an improvement for all of us, is that I've applied for monetization, which is on one side is a big celebration. On the other side, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get denied in monetization because I'm using the war as my major talking point, and I'm not really sure. YouTube has been known to not be very favorable about people that cover very edgy topics, and especially something like war. Maybe bigger channels they can kind of look past, but my channel is super small, and I'm expecting essentially not to get denied. But the fact that I just could apply for monetization got me thinking. I already discussed in the last channel update that right now there's a big question. How can I support Ukraine? Because I want to give the viewers, you guys, everything that I know of, share the information, what I'm doing, how I'm looking at it, but also get something not from you, but I want to motivate you to support Ukraine because, well, Ukraine matters, as it says in the channel name. So at least give you an avenue to help, because one of the things that I was very frustrated at the start of the war was the fact that I did not know how to actually contribute to Ukraine and how to actually help with something to the Ukrainian military or the civilian sectors. And as I explained, one of the things that I'm going to be adding quite shortly is I'm going to have the links for some donations for well-known and verified Ukrainian support funds, both for the civilian and refugee help, and on the other side also for the military support for the operations. That is on one side. The second thing is, if I'm going to set up something like a Patreon or like for my personal use, right? Because if the channel is going to go on, I really see that it would be really helpful to help this channel become a little bit better, because I'm very unsatisfied with how things are going so far, right? I think that the quality of what I'm producing is not good enough. I obviously don't have the time because I work the full-time job, and I also need to dedicate quite a lot of time to find all the information and then also present to it, and I don't really have time for editing, to have flashy editing stuff and so on. So I want to see if I can invest some money. Firstly, I will probably need some kind of new camera setup. I will probably need some kind of editor or something like this. So essentially, one part of the Patreon will go to support increasing the quality of the content on the channel. So maybe it's going to be some kind of live blogging equipment, and then maybe me talking with some guests, because I know that some guests require some kind of financial donations. But I don't know. I'm not a journalist. I'm never supposed to be a journalist. I'm a data guy. I'm a data nerd. So that is one thing. And the second part of the donations that I want to dedicate to is I want to dedicate them to support the Ukrainian army. So the second half will just go to then we have friends in Ukraine with me and my wife, and we really hope that we will be able to send the money to them, and therefore maybe put out like in the community feed or somewhere else, put out information of what they have purchased. And so when you're going to send the money to me, I will basically right away explain to you what we have purchased for that money and so on. But all those are money questions. First and foremost, just keep watching. Like seriously, it motivates me so much by the fact that whenever I'm releasing a video, there is already someone watching it, even if there is just one or two people. Like I never was expecting any kind of quantity or numbers of advantage of the people, and I'm actually going to be releasing a video, hopefully this or next week, about how to follow this war and what other channels and sources should you take consideration of. And another thing that I want to mention about next week, me and my wife, we're going for long planned travel for a vacation for 1 week. So 1 week, I'm just gonna essentially pre-upload videos just so we have some content, but I will not be able to do Ukraine sitraps. So sorry for that. But I will come back right away after the next week, and hopefully by the next week weekend, I will already release a new sitrap for you. With that said, thanks so much for continuing being subscribed or not subscribed or just following this content. I'm definitely looking forward to becoming better at this and making channel and content that I'm producing a little bit better. Ukraine will win, Russia will lose.